Hi there, Phil Rogers, Lauren Hall here from Low Market Edge, coming to you with our weekly wrap. Superhero Friday, just me again. What a week, December. The run home.
It is here.
Yeah, the run home. It definitely feels like a sprint more than a run, but looking forward to seeing out this
Scramble,
next couple of weeks. Christmas party season has begun. Hasn't that been fun? We had our Low Market Edge Christmas party last week, which was really cool. Nice to spend some time together as a team, get a little bit dressed up and have a bit of fun, which was cool. Fancy dress too, because we love that.
I love fancy dress.
And some lunches and catch up with some banks and a few different things already, which has been a bit fun, and some referrers. So just trying to squeeze it all in over the next couple of weeks. Feels like there's more Christmas parties left than there are days in the year, but we'll get there. Exciting stuff, cashback offers, refinance rebates. We saw sort of pretty much the majority of them that were all ending 30th of November. I think maybe bar probably one, so saw 7, 8, maybe 9 banks all extend those, which is really exciting. So if you're out there and you've been keeping an eye on that and wanting to explore the option of whether that's a refinance, restructure, getting cash out, doing any things with your existing lending, they have reopened that window now for another, I think the majority is to the end of January, 30th Jan, so there's another 4 to 8 weeks. But again, remember, big gap, December, start of January, not a lot happening, so you don't have a lot of time. So I'd still consider that. There's 2,000, 3,000, some as high as 5,000. There's massive offers on offer out there for you to keep an eye on.
Banks are very keen to do refinances.
They are. Let's hope they keep up. Rates have moved again. Just blows my mind. Some of these lenders, we had a couple last week that had moved maybe 3 times in 5 weeks. We've now probably got another 6, 7 this week that have moved again. So fixed rates for those banks have moved literally 2, some up to 3 times in the last maybe 5 to 6 weeks. So if you sort of were holding off or you're thinking about maybe exploring that idea, now would definitely be a good time to review that. On the positive side, variable rates have come down. Again, we spoke about this last week, but it's been just a hard trend to keep up with. But we still have variable rates, 1.98, 2.04, 2.14, 2.24, 2.29. There's a lot of that still floating around, which is exciting, depending on LVR margins. But that is really exciting to see. But crazy to see back now a fixed rate at 3.5, 3.25, 3.05, where as little as maybe 3 months ago we were 1.99 and 1.89, which is crazy. So, but there are still some great offers out there, so don't miss the boat if you are thinking about waiting any longer. And heat in the market, very topical. People are like, is it going to slow down? Does it feel like it's slowing down? Well, we are not seeing that anywhere.
It's still mental.
Anywhere. An auction that we went to this week, the number one on the program, as we would call it, finding out afterwards a reserve of 950, 1,000 square metre block with pretty much a knockdown house in a suburb just near our office. Reserve of 950 sold for $1.6 million. There is just a massive shortage of stock. There's a lot of money coming in, I'll say, over the border, but there is a bit of that here locally as well. But there's the migration, from those areas. We even find that in Magnetic Island up near Townsville, some of that stuff, some of the prices they're getting for places, there's just no stock. And so as a seller putting that on the market, people looking to buy what has been incredibly probably undervalued for so long, especially if people are coming out of another market and into one of these more regional markets, be that Gold Coast or Townsville further north, it's incredible value, right? And again, a block like that getting auctions work, getting
They
600-700 grand over on the basis that there's people in the room that want that property and they're prepared to pay. I think they'd sold one across the road.
Just over $1 million.
Yeah, for just over $1 million, maybe 4 to 8 weeks ago. So it just.
And again, the power of auction. You think if the reserve was 950, if someone walked in normal private treating offered $1 million, vendors would have been stoked,
Yeah.
but who
Yeah.
would have known they could have got 1.6 at auction? So, yes.
Win for everyone in there. So obviously the numbers still work for the person buying it, which is great. Yeah. So, but again, if I guess from our side, and we're stoked, we're seeing so many wins. You talk to a client, we're coming off, 2 and 3 year fixed rates roll off. They've got, not only were they in at 95, they're now below 90, below 80% because the LVR, the value of the property, they may have not have reduced too much debt in that period, but they have, the market's done what it's done. So suddenly now we've gone from 95 or 90 to an 80% loan to value ratio or 60% loan to value ratio. And what that allows us to do for you as your brokers on your behalf is renegotiate that interest rate, in particular in a variable space. We've got lenders going from 3.85 at 95 to 2.24. And that's purely just the conversation. It's an annual check-in from us. We're always following up to make sure, checking in once a year to make sure things are still going okay. Roll off, especially big milestones. We check in with our clients every year in general, but then we also have milestones around fixed rate roll-offs, interest-only expiries, those sorts of things. We'll check in, and a lot of that's just repricing with your existing lender, because the difference for the interest rate you get at 95 is often very different to 90, so 10% deposit, or below 80. And so being able to trigger that in the system, we order evaluation for the client, get that put to the file, we get new pricing, the LVR band is different, and voila.
And that's the advantage of the market being the way it is, that you don't have to be buying or selling to actually be taking advantage of that.
Yeah, and that's where we come in. Yeah, the good news brokers. Good news brokers. So yeah, look, lots happening. It's just exciting to be able to share those wins as we go as well. So if that is you or someone that you know of, definitely get in touch. Take advantage of it. The phone call is definitely worth it. It doesn't cost anything, and we're always happy to chat. So for now, have a great weekend. Couple of weeks left. We will get there, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Sure. Bye.
Bye.